OFM Sport.
Morgan?
Thanks, Z. How's it here? How's it, Stocker? I hope you guys are doing well. Siya, there's a lot has been spoken about the magnitude of this test this weekend. It's Argentina again, and it's always a thrilling encounter. But this one's got quite big significance where history is in the cards. You guys are going for back-to-back Rugby Championship titles. How much of a motivating factor is this for you guys?
Yeah, as we know, last week was tough. We only were able to pull through on the 60th minute. So, our focus is just making sure that we stay focused in the moment and exactly what's in front of us. We can't control the result, so we're just going to make sure that we play as hard as we can, and the magnitude of the game doesn't change the way we play, doesn't change the way we approach the game. We know exactly what we want to do. So we're just looking forward to the battle, and what comes after, we'll see after that.
Annemie?
Thanks, Zina. Morgan actually touched on exactly what I wanted to ask, but I'm still going to ask it anyway. I mean, we know it's a big moment. I just wanted to ask, how big it would be if you look back on your career one day to say that you've won this, back to back with Coach Rassie. You've done everything else there is to win. How big would that be for you, both of you?
I think from my side, personally, like Siya said, the main focus for us now is to make sure that we focus on Argentina and make sure we go for good performance. I'm talking about 80 minutes, and what happened also last week, I think it's all in the past at the moment. There are a couple of things that we have to learn from last week, because if you remember again, halftime score against Argentina last week, we were leading probably by 1 or 2 points, and so they are a good side, but regarding the breaking the records, and then we'll probably focus on that. Hopefully after the game, if we win, then we can celebrate those records. But once again, I think the key thing for us is to make sure that we keep on improving. That was our main goal for the season. We started slow, and you could see now.
You had mute on. So,
Julian.
So what do I do now? Mute it again?
Julian, mute. I say, thanks, boss. You see, so Mrs. Bester, and so that's the thing. Yeah, I think for us is as long as we keep improving, we still got a tough end of the year tour, So yes, it's nice to break records. It's nice to have silverware. It's nice to win competitions. But I think the key thing for this week for us is to make sure that we get a good performance tomorrow against Argentina. So
Yeah, I think we're playing, of course, like for the guys, there's a couple of guys that are playing that haven't been able to win a Rugby Championship. So that's also in the back of our mind. So there's a lot of things that we were excited about, but like putting on the Springbok jersey, and we just want to make sure that we honor that in every single way that we do. And to think about all these records now is not the time. I think we just want to focus on the performance. But I think, we'll take time to think when the job is done, but I can't be thinking that far yet. But it's obviously something that we think about as a group. But the more important thing is to make sure we do the job tomorrow.
Ken?
Thanks, Sina. Hi, Siya. Hi, Mzwandile. For you, Coach, you mentioned an 80-minute performance. How do you go about getting that out of the players? What have you been doing this week?
Ken, we understand how we want to play the game. We understand our pressure points where we want to put Argentina under pressure, And even if you look last week, the first half we had against them in Durban, it was a lot of turning points that were happening in the first half, where we score, they score straight after, and then also few things disciplinary-wise when it comes to allowing them to stay in the game. The penalties that we gave them in the first half last thing, it was a soft penalties, talking about offside, So we want to clean up those things and make sure that we control them, And once again, like I always say, is that if you look at how Argentina have been going throughout the season, they've lost against the All Blacks. A week later on, they came back as a better team. They beat the All Blacks. Same thing against Australia. So if we don't learn from those games, if we don't learn from the other teams, I think we'll be mistaken also, not to stupid not to learn from those situations. So the key thing for us is to make sure that we pitch up mentally in the good space. And I think the key thing, I know Argentina, they'll be desperate, and they've got a lot of pride on how they do things as a nation. So they're going to come back hard. They're tough side. They've got good players. If you see now how they selected their team, having guys like Deogi, Bautista at wing back in the team, Cruz Malia is still there. So those are all world-class players, So on a good day, if you don't switch on and you give them opportunities, they will punish you. They showed us last week, in that first half, it was pound to pound, So that's a key thing for us, is to make sure that the things that we want to achieve in the game, talking about set piece, we need a good foundation when it comes to how we want to attack. We need a strong, balanced kicking game, and if we keep improving there, I think we'll be in a better chance also to win the game. But I know it's going to be a tough and a different game for us.
Lloyd?
Afternoon, gentlemen. Trust you are both well. Siya, my question is for you. How much of an advantage is it that this game is in London and not at Santiago or Mendoza or somewhere? It's obviously the fond memories of Twickenham as well recently for you guys, 2023, and then also the fact that the crowd will be largely you would expect South African.
Well, it's only an advantage if we make use of it. I don't know if it will be, because I know Argentinians are all around the world, and it doesn't matter how many numbers they have, but you will definitely hear them the whole game. And we can't think too much of what happened last year. It's a whole new year now. We got to make sure that we create new good memories on Saturday. But we're looking forward to seeing South Africans. Hopefully they do come out in numbers. And we've been blessed. Wherever we've been, all around the world, South African have come out and supported us. So I'm looking hopefully this weekend it will be the same. And for us as a team to do the job on the field.